Okay, this is quota sampling. This is a bit like stratified sampling, except we don't need the randomness. So the questions are mainly about how many from each group I'm going to sample. So there are 400,000 residents drawing a pension, and I know how many are female, and I know how many of those females are over 80, and I know how many of the males are over 80. So I've got 4 groups, females over 80, females under 80, males over 80, males under 80. And I need a sample of 800 of the people. So I need to know how many residents from each of the strata should be included in the sample. Okay, so let's think about the numbers we've got. So we've got males, we've got females, we've got over 80, and we've got up to 80. Okay, so for the females, I know that I'm going to work in thousands, I think. So I've got 210,000 females altogether. Okay, and 80,000 of them, so that's just 80 here, are over 80. Making a mess of that. So if 80 are over 80, then, or 80,000 that should be, then the other, 130,000 of them will be up to 80. And with the males, I've got 20,000 over 80. It doesn't tell me how many males there are altogether, but I know the grand total, okay, of males and females combined is 400,000. So there were 210,000 females, there must be 190,000 males. 20,000 of those are over 80, so it must be 170,000 who are up to 80. Okay, so these are the numbers I need. So this is for my population in thousands. Now I need to choose a sample of 800. So my grand total for my population is 400,000, but I can keep working with the numbers I've got in my table, that's fine. So I just need to get the correct fractions of the population and reflect those fractions in my sample. So if I think about males over 80, then I need, what fraction do I need? I need 20 out of 400, so that's the fraction of the population that are males over 80, and I need to multiply by the size of my sample, which is 800. So I do that multiplication, I actually get that I should have 40 males over 80. And I'm going to repeat similar calculations for males under 80, or less than or equal to 80. So that will be 170 over 400 times my 800. And that's going to give me 340. And then for females over 80, I've got 80 out of the 400,000 in the population are females over 80 times the 800 is going to be 160. And that leaves for females less than or equal to 80. I can do a similar calculation, or I can just find what adds up to 300 with these. I'll do it the first way, so 130. Adds up to 800, I should say, with these. 130 400ths of 800 is 260. So I now know how many of each of these groups, so I think I've clearly answered the first bit. Then it asks, how should they be chosen? Okay, well, this is quota sampling, so I don't have to do anything clever. I don't have to get a list. I don't have to do any random numbers. I just need to say they are chosen by the most convenient method. Okay, so I could go around knocking on doors, or I could go somewhere where I think I might find pensioners. So I could go to care homes, I could go to day centres, and that's going to be non-random. That's what quota sampling means. It may well be that if I do those methods, I'll miss maybe the more independent older people who are drawing their pension. So that's a problem. But I can choose whatever method is convenient to me, and if that means visiting those places, then that's absolutely fine.